Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about something that has kind of been heavy on my heart, and I contemplated whether or not I wanted to address this in our regular vlog channel, and I thought that I needed a little bit more time to kind of digest it for myself, take it all in, really just kind of work it out within myself, in my head, and I thought that the best place to kind of open up about it would be here on my channel, so that's what I'm going to do today. I am going to talk about postpartum anxiety and my struggles just as a new mom. And this is something that is a little bit scary for me to talk about. It's not something that I'm like, yeah, I have anxiety, best thing ever. But I think that a lot of moms can relate to it. I know that there's a lot of moms out there who have had similar struggles as me, and my channel is about being honest, and I think that it would be great if we can just kind of talk about it and encourage each other, lift each other up. So let's get started. Basically, I want to talk first about how this all kind of started and the turning point of when I realized this is something that needs to be addressed, and it's not something that is very typical. I have had anxiety issues in the past. I've always been a person that's more prone to being stressed and worrisome, and so having a baby just elevated all of that. Hormones are going crazy, and I never had a situation where I felt like I was having any type of postpartum depression. I still don't feel that way at all, so I cannot speak directly to anybody who has been suffering from postpartum depression, because I do not. But what I am suffering from specifically is anxiety, and sometimes they go hand in hand, but for me they don't. And I started having anxiety right around the time when Denver's second sleep regression hit. Her sleep regression, she was sick. We were waking up 4 and 5 times a night. She was very, very sad and not feeling good, and so it was hard for me. I was nursing her a lot at night. I was nursing her extra during the day, and I was very worn out and very tired. And right about that time, all of these horrible, 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 heart-wrenching things were happening in the world, shootings and just horrific things, and I couldn't even stand to talk about it or read about it or hear it on the news for even a matter of a second, or I would get anxiety. And I thought, well, I'm just getting anxious about these horrible things that are happening. And so that kind of is what really initiated it, and I didn't think anything of it. And then I started getting a little bit more anxiety every single day, and it turned into I would drive and I would have anxiety in the car driving with Denver, thinking, okay, I'm in the middle of this intersection. If somebody hit Denver's side, what would I do? How would I handle the situation? And it would make me start to panic, and that's not normal. And the thing that really was the big eye-opener for me was I was on a run, and I had a panic attack while I was running, just about what if something happened to Denver, and she was with me. So those are the situations that led me to say, okay, I am struggling with anxiety a little bit more than I thought, and I need to work on it. I need to address it, because I don't want it to get into a situation where it restricts me from doing the things that I love or holds me back from being the best mom that I can be. It got to a point where it made me really emotional when I had to accept for myself that this is something that I'm struggling with, and it kind of put me in a little bit of a funk for about 2 days where I didn't get ready. I was in my pajamas. I was just feeling down, and I felt like I was putting so much pressure on myself of I shouldn't be struggling with this. I'm a bad mom. I'm not doing a good job. And I had to come to terms with the fact that it's okay that I am having these feelings, and as long as I am working to better myself and to say, okay, having anxiety about something that hasn't happened or having anxiety about the future is not helpful to me. It's not helpful to my daughter. It's not helpful to my family. It doesn't do anything but harm me. I really had to stop and focus and say, okay, what is this really doing for me, and how can I combat it? How can I fight this off? And so some of the things that I have been doing to kind of help is, number one, waking up, starting the day and thinking positive. Just saying, okay, today's gonna be a good day. Today's gonna be a better day. Because I noticed the days where I had more anxiety are the days where I'm like, Denver, didn't sleep at all last night. I'm so tired. It's gonna be so hard today. And then I'm setting myself up for failure. So waking up in the morning and say, today's gonna be different. Today's gonna be better. Even if I'm tired, it's gonna be okay. I have this beautiful baby, this most amazing blessing who's so perfect and sweet and funny and just who lights up my world like I've never experienced before. That is what I'm living for, and that is what is going to make my day great. The other thing that I started doing was starting off reading a devotional in the morning and just really getting in touch with God, and just knowing that although I can be scared of this world and what's going on, and scared for Denver's future growing up in a world so tragic, God has us in his hands, and he knows her path. He knows her future. He put her on this earth for a reason and a purpose, and she will fulfill that. And I'm on this earth for a reason and a purpose, and I need to fulfill that. And so just getting in touch with that and really connecting and just trying to turn my anxiety over is something that has really, really helped. And it doesn't mean that I'm being negligent by saying, oh, God's gonna take care of it, my life will be perfect, nothing bad will ever happen, because that's not true. I'm going to face trials. Denver will face trials. But what it means is that having this anxiety was crippling me and not enabling me to do good things and to be a light in this world. And that's what I had to say enough is enough on. And I did not want to feel that way anymore. I did not want to feel like that weight of anxiety that just makes you want to curl up in your little shell. I didn't want to feel that anymore. And a perfect example of that for me is YouTube, and for making this video. It's something where I didn't vlog for those few days because I didn't want people to see me like that, and I was kind of hiding. And this is an example of putting myself out there, and it's really scary to think like I'm putting myself out there and basically saying that I have, like, my mental health is not where it should be. That's a really scary thing to come to terms with. And some people will say, you're making it up, like you're trying to get attention, or people will say, you know, like, brush it off, or people will say, you shouldn't be talking about that. You know, you need to deal with that privately. You need to go to a counselor. But for me, this is a way for me to deal with it, talking it out and explaining my feelings. And if there's one person, if there's one of you that feels the same way that I do, then that's why I'm making this video, and that's worth it to me. And if we can just connect and we can say, you know what, I've been there, you know, it will get better, you're doing a great job. That's what is going to help overcome. That's what is going to beat this anxiety or beat the depression that you have, at least for me. The other couple things that I have noticed that have helped me personally is getting outside and stepping away from technology. I think my phone and Facebook and Instagram and things like that can really be something that increases me to come into a shell. It's something where I can zone out and just focus on, and it's not healthy for me to put so much energy into that. So taking time to break away from technology, go outside into nature. There's something so refreshing about being outside, outdoors, in the air, listening to the birds, and that has been so nice. So I encourage you to do that. I do that at least once a day, even if it's breakfast on the patio or something like that. That's been really helpful. And spending time with my family, again, away from my phone. I think that just interacting with my family, having that family time is really important, and communicating with the ones that you love. If you think that you need to talk to somebody that is a professional, because I certainly am not, then that is another step that will only make you better, and it's nothing to be ashamed of, and it's probably something that I think that I should do as well. And I just want to say that anxiety and depression is something that so many people suffer from, and it is something that can be so discouraging. You can feel like you're so lonely, but you're not. And I know that I'm not either. And I definitely did not expect that I would have this issue 6 months postpartum, but I think that it can happen without you even knowing. And so talking about it, bringing more light to it, is only going to help all those moms out there. And know that it's okay to be going through this. Motherhood is really, really hard, and I've put so much pressure on myself as a mom that if anything goes wrong, if Denver doesn't go down easily, if her schedule gets messed up, I put it to myself like I'm doing a bad job. And I just want to encourage you that if you love your kids and if you are making every decision the best decision for them, you are doing an amazing job. So I hope that this video was helpful for you. I hope that I was able to encourage somebody, and I want this to be a communication. I want you to tell me, hey, this really helped me when I was struggling with this, or you know what, I haven't struggled with this, but I appreciate you talking about it and shedding more light on it. So let me know if you have any questions for me. If you've been struggling with this and you want to share your story, I'd love to hear it. Thank you guys for watching. If you are new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe because I will be posting more videos and I don't want you to miss out on this community. So thank you, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys. So today we wanted to talk about marriage because we've gotten a lot of questions on our vlog channel about getting married young, having babies young, and we just kind of wanted to tell you about our experiences and things that we've learned and kind of share our hearts on that with you. So starting off, we'll give you a little bit of history backstory about our relationship.